Yo, what's going on, guys? Okay, so I'm just making this really quick in the beginning of this because the rest of this podcast does not have any video. I accidentally deleted all of it, and I was like, okay, I'm just, those like audio visual bars that go up. Can you hear him chewing on that toy? Hey, Myles, you want to stop being a bitch? Thanks, fam. The audio visual bars that go up and down like on a stereo or something like that when there's volume. I was trying to make my own in Apple Motion, and I know how, like, there's videos how to do it and shit. Super hard. I was doing it, and I got super close to completing it, and then it completely crashed. And then when I tried to do it again, I got like 33% through it, crashed again, and now it's just like not working to make these. I have no idea what's going on, so I might just like put up a picture or something, or maybe I'll just like rerun this over and over for the whole podcast. But I think this podcast is good, and I'm kind of sad that I deleted the videos on it because I thought I imported it and I didn't, but I thought I'd put this here first just to let you guys know that I definitely tried super hard. This was supposed to come out like 4 days ago, but I was just trying to get that done because it looks super cool. I'll probably try and get that done eventually, but thought I'd just let you guys know. Okay, that's only for the video people to see, so enjoy. Enjoy my sweet, sexy voice. Yo, what's going on, guys? So this podcast is going to be about this book right here. I've never really talked, like I've talked about books before, like I've talked about The Dip and shit like that, and I think people have told me that I should review books before. People have said that shit before. That's actually what my first channel was about, believe it or not. Like I was reading a bunch when I first dropped out of college because, I was like, I bought a book, right? So like I started thinking about dropping out of college, and I was like, shit, fuck college, man. This sucks. Like this can't be the end all be all, right? Like let me explain that first, really quick. Let's kind of lead up to the story of why I think, why I read and shit like that, and why I'm going to probably start talking about books again, because I think I'm going to get back into reading. And let me tell you why I fell off with reading a little bit. We're just gonna. We just finna talk, okay? So I wanted to drop out of college, like December, like winter time, like I would say November, December 2015. Oh boy. So that's pretty much just the beginning of 2016. We're just gonna say 2016. So I dropped out right before the new year, right before Fallout 4 came out, I think. Right? Let me see when that came out, okay? November 10th, 2015. See, yeah, so right around then, I remember, because my friends were like, ooh, you dropped out at the perfect time, dude. You're going to get a lot of game time on that game. It's supposed to be so good, and it wasn't. So, I'm still pissed. But then I dropped out the day I went to a weekend concert with, we saw The Weeknd for the first time. Me and my homie, Lewis, we saw The Weeknd. We hung out with a couple people. Hey, Myles, you want to stop playing with that toy? We're working, bitch. We out here. You want to play with a toy that doesn't squeak? You ugly piece of shit. But leading up to why I want to, because like I have a bad back and shit, so it would always throw out my back, or I'd hurt my back from all bending down in the shower, all petting my dog, normal human, normal mid-20s. Lower 20s stuff. How old was I when I dropped out? What was that? Was that like 3 years ago? I think I was 20 when I dropped out. Who gives a fuck? So I'm getting too distracted by what I'm seeing on my recommended right now. So the last time I threw out my back in college, I left for about 5 days, and that week that I left was apparently like such a big week, such a big deal. Had like 3 tests, ton of homework to turn in. Obviously, me being me, like I didn't tell them anything that I didn't leave. Like, I didn't tell them I left. I didn't tell them shit. Like I told them afterwards we were trying to figure it out. But like I saw all of my grades that I worked that whole year on. Like I was getting pretty good grades at that point. Pretty good grades for me. Like I had B's at that point. I was like, damn, woo. Woo, that's the best I've ever done, right? Like that was some work. And then they all dropped to like D's and F's. And I was like, I'm not trying. I was like, that doesn't make sense. That's not how life works. If you give up, what? You put in all this work, and then for 5 days, you have to do this insane shit. And school is just so dumb. Like, obviously I'm not the personality type for what school builds most people for, right? I would say my thought process kind of on it is you need it if you are going to legally need it. I mean, I would bet any amount of money that my kids, unless they fucking really want to, aren't going to go to college. Like, I don't even know how school's going to work. Like, I'm the type of person who would want to hire a teacher along with other parents who would want to be, who doesn't go with the normal curriculum of education, because I think formal education is absolutely fucking cancer. And that's why I want to talk about self-education, because I think that's what separates people from other people. I do think reading is a very, very big part of success. I think it just has to do with learning, but I think reading things and information and doing something that's boring, right? Learning knowledge that you set out to seek and then applying it to your life is something that the overwhelming majority of people do not do. So I think if you can do that, you will win, right? For instance, like I started listening to Gary Vaynerchuk and I'm doing a lot of this. I'm doing a lot of dancing today. We're doing a lot of hand movements, being super Italian. So I would listen to Gary V a lot, and that I would apply almost everything he said, right? Like I remember Ty Lopez was like, he's the one who got me into reading, Ty Lopez. Gary Vee does like not read at all, which is hilarious, but he's like an anomaly. Ty Lopez said, if I don't watch him at all, by the way. I know a lot of people like hate him, but like I just liked him because of like the reading stuff. Like he would read a lot and give like a lot of good book recommendations and shit. So I had a feel like a lot of his shit was kind of, you know, I'm good, dog. I'm good on all that. But he was like, just pick one person you want to listen to, and don't listen to anybody else. Just listen to that one person. I was like, I'm going to stop listening to you then. I'm going to listen to Gary Vaynerchuk and keep reading. So I pretty much do everything Gary Vee said. If you want to dive into what he talks about, you totally can. I'm not going to go and give you a whole synopsis of what he does. I'm not going to spark note his life for you. But I think, so I picked up a book, right, in college, and I read it, and I really retained the information. Like, when I read, this is very weird. I haven't actually said this publicly. Like, I've told a couple people about it. But, like, when I read, like, a good book with good information and things, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I could really use this shit. Like, I start getting excited, right? Like, so weird. Maybe that's why I'm talking about this right now. Because what I would usually do is I would stand up, and I would start walking around. I would pace, right? And I would just explain what I was just reading, right? Because if you can explain something you learn it better type shit. I don't know. Like, that's why you guys can't see it anymore, but if you look at the past podcasts, like, depending on which order this come out, it could be 2 ago or it could be 5 ago, depending on how I release certain things. I have a huge table here that allows me to walk around it fully because I pace a lot. And that's what I would do in my basement where I used to work and stuff, and I would have a big table, like a lot of my shit on it, and that's what I have this big table for. Because, like, if I learn something, if I have an idea, I kind of have to walk around and work it out. But when I read something that's super good, like my heart rate kind of increases, I get super excited and I have to get up and like walk around and talk it out. But now I'm just standing. So maybe that's why I'm doing a lot of this, because I can't pace. I mean, I could pace, but I don't really think you guys want to watch this. That's kind of hard to do as well. I also look like an idiot. But let's get into talking about the books. But like why I think reading books is super, super important and just different, kind of can set people apart from people. I mean, a lot of people who are successful, I think you kind of have to be like Gary, like an anomaly type shit to like not take in new information like that. I don't think you have to read per se, but I do think using that form of media to acquire knowledge is a little bit different, right? Because you can't really get sidetracked when you're reading a book. You can't open up a new tab. You know, this is just an old form of media. Like, you have to, I don't know, there's something about it where it's boring as fuck. There's no pictures. It doesn't excite you really, probably. And you have to retain it, and you have to apply it. You could read 1 million books, and it wouldn't fucking matter, right? I dropped out of college. I started reading 40 to 65 books a year. And before that, I've read 0 books, fucking never. Like, even in school. So like I don't know if I definitely was lying, of course. But I would always like tell, I know my mom would say this shit too. Like if I asked her, like I would always say like I can't like read and like I can read, but I couldn't remember what I was reading. Pretty sure I just didn't want to because it's so boring. I have a problem with getting bored super fucking easily. Like, I get so bored. Editing is the bane of my existence, but here we are. It's pretty much the whole job of YouTube is editing. So I think I just never knew the real value that reading could have behind it, and kind of, I guess, I don't know. I guess the way formal education set it up, or just the way everything was set up, it was never my choice to learn. It was never my choice to pick what to learn, how to do it. If I could put the book down, come back a week later, just however I wanted to do it. That's why I kind of, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this will also help people, by figuring themselves out, I guess. I think over time we'll touch on books quite a bit. But now let's actually hop into the book. I know I've been kind of pushing this back and just getting sidetracked. So, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, The Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing by Mary Kondo. Oh, I don't know why I thought this bitch was like white. I don't know why I assumed that. Maybe I need to get me a you can professionally tidy up my place. But I think you could actually hire this bitch. I like how I'm just referring to her as a bitch, and this book is great. I'm sure she's not. I'm sure she's a fine person. Super nice. Cash for Books, new bestseller. Enjoy this. Okay, so pretty much, I just got done reading this book, and I've been like putting off reading. I've been like trying to figure out. I've been getting. I'm settling in super hard. I've been here since like May. Right, May 15th, I pretty much moved in, and I've been just trying to figure. Like, I've lived on my own before, like in college and stuff, but this is like way different, obviously. Especially being an entrepreneur, it's way different, I think, as well. So I'm trying to figure out the schedule. I'm trying to figure out how to do things and how to get back into, and the things I find important. I stopped reading for a while because I was doing the YouTube. I was like, I was trying to figure out what to do in life, and this is it. But now I do this to supplement me and help me figure out the next step, because it's been about 2 years, and it's time to start flipping the script a little bit everywhere here and there. That's why we have this channel. That's why we're starting a bunch of different series and doing things and just dabbling again, trying things out, because it's about time to switch it the fuck up, son. But this book, I think, is super, super important. I think people should pick this one up. It seems different. Even if it's applied in a little bit, right? Like a little bit of the knowledge being applied, I think could greatly help people. So the basic premise of this is obviously the life-changing magic of tidying up. And I don't even know what made me get this book, because I am actually pretty tidy. All of my shit is pretty, like, it looks messy sometimes, but I would say it's pretty fucking good. And I have no problem like throwing shit out, discarding things, clothes, books. Actually, she tells you to throw books out. So that's actually kind of tough for me, because I'm like, dude, you bought it. You're going to throw that out? Well, boy, there's a lot of information in that. But I'm going to chuck. That's a lot of my clutter. A lot of like things that take up a ton of space. Like my mom has my my books and like a lot of Funko Pops, because I live in a fucking condo, a 2-bedroom, so I can't harbor a store size worth of books and Funko Pops. It's not possible. But something I was noticing, I kind of had this theory that, or maybe I probably got this theory after or during reading this, but you kind of feel when there's something you have to do and it's kind of stopping you from doing other things. For instance, I had like some more clutter over here. Like I had 2 coat hangers, coat racks or whatever. And, I could just feel it in my mind, this like area over here that was like too messy and would kind of like interrupt with the flow of things, because it's like blocking your mind of it. It's just, it's there. I've always heard this, like your office or your room, but now my whole entire condo, my apartment is all your mind to me. Like where you live is a product of your mind. If it's super messy and out of order and everything's kind of everywhere and it looks like nobody gives a fuck and it's dirty as shit, it's probably going to be a reflection of your mind. So if you tidy up the space around you, it would probably help you focus and mainline things. It was something I was kind of thinking, I guess, and getting at, I've never really been into like, cause I've never really owned, like my own, I could though, like I could have done like my own thing, like my own space type shit. And I could have done whatever I wanted. And I have in the past, even at my parents' house. I feel like I'm talking really fast. I feel like I am. Like I just caught myself. And I don't talk fast because I'm nervous. I just talk fast because I talk fast. Is that weird? It's not weird. I talk fast all the time. But I don't think that that's a really good, it's not good to talk super, super fast, of course. I'll try and slow it down for y'all because I just drank, good amount of coffee. Dude, I woke up terribly late today, by the way. I woke up at so I woke up at 10. I got like 7 or 8 hours, and I fell asleep for like another 3 because I picked Myles up, brought him into bed with me, and we laid down. He laid on his back like a cute little puppy dog, like a human. He laid on his back on the same pillow as me. We just fell asleep, cuddling. I had to sleep there with him for another 4 hours. So what the fuck was I saying? Oh, slowing down the voice. I will. But I also think like having like a lot of, no, what I was saying was like how I haven't like had my own space. So like for instance, my fucking bedroom since when I moved in at 3 years old, I didn't change the room until before I moved. Before I owned it I rented an office space before I changed up what my room looked like at my house that I slept in every day. I never looked at what would make me happy, how things would work for me type shit. Once you start making these decisions of like what works best with your life and how, I don't know. And I'm also really good at like utilizing spaces, I think, as well, even if they're like smaller spaces and making it look and perceive bigger and having more room like that. But like for like having it be the way you want is kind of like, I'm also trying to like add in my knowledge from this. Cause she talks about not having it be like the flow of your place. Don't go with the flow of your place. Have it go with you. Most things are super close anyway in a house. You probably don't live in a mansion if you're watching this, but if you are, can I sleep over? What are you doing? You got a mansion? Patreon.com/Wineboxpapi. Share some of that wealth, son. I'll do a free show for you. I'll come film this shit in your mansion with you. But I think, because, like, for instance, I only have this white couch here that I use for, like, if you guys see, like, the Smoking Show or any of the new series or, the white couch that people know and love that smells like piss. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for the couch. But, like, my mom, when we were going, we were just, like, looking at furniture and stuff. She's like, I'll buy you a couch, Mark. I'll buy you a couch. This is going to be... I want to get you one. I'm like, I don't want a fucking couch, son. I saw this big white table. I was like, I need that. She's like, people always have couches. I'm like, I don't lounge. What's that new rap song? Somebody just had a rap song with it. I think it was J. Cole. He's like, I don't even got no couches in the living room because I don't lounge. That's not what that didn't rhyme. That wasn't a song. That wasn't the rap. But it was something like that. You get what I'm saying. I don't lounge. I don't sit down. I don't like chill. I don't like watch Netflix. I don't like sit on the couch and play video games. I don't sit. I don't lay down. Even though I did just say I just slept for an extra 4 hours. Like my door is closed in my room right now, so I just don't get the need to be like, I'm gonna take a little load off. But kind of have things set up the way you want it, right? And a lot of the things she tries to get at and conveys, especially towards the end, is the energy, right? And the things that make you happy type stuff. Like this table gave me a lot of energy and stuff. But I think if there's like a lot of, not the flow should be for your mind. Like when you look and are walking through things, I'm trying to give like my perspective of this before I kind of dive more into this, because I'm not really going to talk about, I guess it's more of inspiring to talk about my view of it. And if this, I think this is a good book for people to buy, right? Because especially, I think there's like a lot that would be good in here for like, I think everybody, because I think we're getting passed down like a lot of bad values. And like, even if people know how to clean, like what this says is you tidy up in one go. And so, and you put the permanent places of things where they should be forever. So it's not taking energy away from things that you love, right? And you discard all the things you don't need, right? Like this t-shirt, probably just going to throw it out. Like I don't really Like it asks you to like get, if you get joy from things. Like I definitely keep clothes. Like I have certain clothes I just wear around the house that you guys won't see that I just wear. So I'm like, I'm not gonna wear my nice clothes or things I like while I'm around the house. But she also talks about how that's not that good, man. You don't want to wear clothes that don't make you feel good or you don't look good in. Like, yeah, I could sell this shit for $9, but it's just a lot of that's a lot of work. I think I'm gonna chuck it. I'm also gonna throw this book out. That's my huge problem though with throwing out books. Like she said that, she's like, even throw this book out. I'm not gonna reread this shit again. Like The Dip is probably the only book I've reread, and I've brought that book up a trillion times. But she talks about, yeah, obviously keeping things you like, not just like, things that bring you genuine joy. Let's see, can I pick something that doesn't, this shirt does not, if I pick it up, I go, yeah, it's nice. Okay, yeah, it looks good on me. I'm never going to wear it out, though, right? I might wear it to, like, Easter. Probably not. I'm trying to wear something more expensive to Easter, so I'm probably going to throw this shit out. It's probably going to go in the maybe pile, right? But I'm pretty good at throwing shit out, so I'm going to go with it's going to get thrown out. I have, like, a lot of bookshelves, and a lot of things are just taking up square footage that I can definitely condense, right? I have too many boxes that I'm looking at right now. I think it's definitely, the problem is going to be the books and bookshelves and just taking out things that clutter up. I never understood why people would always have things that stick out from the wall that decrease your square footage. Like, some people might be instantly thinking like, you have to. No, I don't think so, right? Like that's what like storage places are for. Like you have closets. Yeah, you have closets. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is definitely something that could absolutely help people with not just decluttering, but just making all of it better. I think I work from home, so that's even more imperative for me to do that. But I think having a place that feels not open, but like good for you and for what feels right. Because I feel like every person, you have to have this thing that kind of bugs you. You know, like this is something I learned from Jordan Peterson. Like if you go into your room, okay, right now, if you go into your room and you just think about it, if you think about trying to make it better and what would make it happy, like your perception of the world is based off of your thoughts, right? You can change the world based off of your thoughts. So that might sound like some crazy cuckoo shit, but let me explain what I'm saying here. If you go into your room and you're trying to find things that are wrong with it and you want to make it better, they will start to appear. You'll start noticing things that are out of place. You didn't really appear to you. It wasn't imperative the second you walked in, but if you change your thoughts to start looking for things that were out of order and things that might not be making you happy inside whatever room you're in, you just change the world and your perception of what you're seeing. And if you can change how it is, right? Change how it is and make it good, it's going to be better. Your life is going to be better, right? Because you're not going to be seeing something you don't like, things that don't make you happy. And I think that is obviously extremely subjective. And this book also comes into play with that. That's something that, this isn't going to be a book review. It's just for me to talk about it like how I am now. Like I guess it's just talking about, the book and why I think you could find value in it. Like I got this book at half price for $13.59. Like I don't think the price of books ever matters. I think books will always be worth it, except for college textbooks. That's fucking retarded. But you can get so much value out of books like crazy. And I think this one is super valuable. I think it's something that I think a lot of people, especially Americans, because we're super into things that we have, right? Materialistic. And I'm not saying I'm not at all. I'm openly materialistic to a degree. I've been getting vastly much better. Obviously, I do love material objects. There's obviously people who are more materialistic than I am, but that doesn't really matter how materialistic you are, because you can just keep the things you love. But I think people do buy a lot of things that they might not like, or are holding on to things that they think they might have again, they might wear again. Let me go grab a pair of shoes that I can't believe I'm throwing out. My Kobe's, I forgot what these are actually called, like the ones with the snake skin on them, triple black Kobe 9s. I mean, they're dirty. They're kind of beat up, but they're like my favorite. They're like my favorite shoes. But I haven't worn these in so long. Like I have other shoes that are similar. For instance, here, like these Ricardo Tiscies, right? I just recently got these. I wear these all the fucking time. You guys can probably see me like always wearing them. Like if I post my outfit, we gotta be clean though. But I'm gonna get rid of these. Like these are way more in style and very similar. And these are just fucked up, right? Just flexing. I should grab some more expensive shoes. But do you see what I'm saying though? Like I like these. When I look at this, I go, oh, it's like my favorite shoe. But like I don't wear it. It doesn't make me happy because even when I give myself the opportunity to wear them, I do not take it, and I will always pick these over that. So these are going to be thrown out. You could sell them. I could sell them, but I could also make the room right now, which I think is more important. Like especially when it comes to like think about like the effort it would take to post, to sell, to get to the USPS. Oh, I got to get a PO box tomorrow. I feel like I've been having a lot of not that problem, but like trouble with. I feel like my whole day is I'm not like not having a problem getting started on things, but I feel like my days are short. Days are feeling short as fuck. I feel like I'm getting a lot done or less or the same done in more time. Maybe I'm just trying to figure that out. Maybe this will help. Maybe that's why I want to start reading. And I'm not really too worried about time. As long as things get done, they get done. And I'm glad about that. But there's just, I don't know. I keep ruminating on that. Which obviously I'm in control about. You know, when I wake up, what time I start doing things, what I do. I forgot. The last podcast didn't even go out yet. I was about to be like, let's see what the comments said about that. But something I was thinking about yesterday. I feel like I still haven't really touched too much on the book. Do you guys want me to read the back of it really quickly? Kondo has positioned herself as Japan's preeminent guru of tidiness, a warrior princess in the war on clutter. I didn't even read the back of this. Despite constant efforts to declutter your home, do papers still accumulate like snowdrifts and clothes pile up like a tangled mess of noodles? Japanese cleaning consultant Mary Kondo takes tidying to a whole new level, promising that if you properly simplify and organize your home once, you'll never have to do it again. Most methods advocate a room-by-room or little-by-little approach, which doom you to pick away at your piles of stuff forever. The KonMari method, with its revolutionary category-by-category system, leads to lasting results. In fact, none of Kondo's clients have lapsed, and she still has a 3-month waiting list. Whoa. Which detailed guidance of... Is that hair? It's fucking me up. With detailed guidance for determining which items in your house spark joy and which don't, this international bestseller featuring Tokyo's newest lifestyle phenomenon will help you clear your clutter and enjoy the unique magic of a tidy home and the calm, motivated mindset it can capture. That sounds pretty good, I think. Methinks, huh? I reckon that sounds tight as fuck, mate. I think, especially with the... I think there are a bunch of things to learn in there. I obviously don't know how people tidy, how people clean. Like I've been doing my own method. I usually don't really, I don't know. I feel like I haven't really had problems with it on my own. I kind of am always looking at it from different perspectives and kind of like the most efficient way to do things. Let me check the time really quick. I hate how that camera only records for 29 minutes and 59 seconds, but I get it. I don't fucking get it at all. But yeah, I feel like I would always look at it, I guess, from different perspectives. I think I do still have too many things, you know, especially with like furniture, like certain little pieces of furniture, like bookshelves, other shelves. And I think, so I need to just get rid of those things, even though I'm like, I could use that in the next place. Fuck it. Who cares? Just get rid of that shit. Even if you use it in the next place. Dude, it's cool. I guess just making the space less, I don't know, because to me, I can feel when things, I like the room open, and I'd rather have things just put away neatly, though. Like, you don't want to just shove things away. I think that might have been a huge problem of mine, and I can still kind of feel when things, like, aren't good. All right, this is how you know if things are good, when it just does this. Not this. What am I saying? But I think, yeah, tidying, and I don't tidy in all one go, because like I have other shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to do the room. I might do all of it today. I might pop a monster. I was supposed to go to the gym today, but this might be a good workout. I think this takes priority right now with doing things. Because I think this can also, like if you're reading the book, like and what I'm trying to convey, like it helps with your life, right? Because, and another thing I like that she said, like when you're deciding what to keep and what to throw out, you're building confidence in yourself for making decisions. Like I'm pretty good at making decisions. Like I don't have a fucking problem with that, but I know a lot of people do have problems with just throwing shit out. Like, oh no, no, it's sentimental. Throw it the fuck out. Get rid of it. Like I would say the most of the things I have in here are probably going to get thrown away now. Like I already threw out a ton of shit and there's just more things that I have to. But because I just want it to be so focused, you know? And I liked how she mentioned, like, if you give it away, right? If you throw it away, it'll come back to you somehow, right? It's kind of like giving your time or being generous. It's kind of like helping somebody. It's kind of like, it's not, I don't believe in karma, right? Karma is stupid. I think that this is how it should be. Like if your, let's say North Star is genuinely honest and like in a good place, right? For instance, where I want to interview people and talk about them, where they get excited and talk about what they want to do and just like listen to people and have people be important. If that's like the genuine North Star and goal, I think the surrounding things, the energy you're putting out and things will just change with that. Like in this, she mentions like if you throw away like a bunch of your business cards and a bunch of all this stuff you're keeping to try and like meet all these people and these things that you have like you're worried about, like once you get rid of all this worry and things that like all this pile of papers and things you have to do or like old documents, like the best way I can think of it is like, let's say like what she said was like if you throw out some books, they're just piling that you need to read, the information you're going to be looking for you might have more ability to look up the information with less books, right? Like if you have 45 books, you're like, man, I got to read all those 45 books. But if you declutter it to about like 12, these are just obviously random numbers I'm giving. Like if you have exactly 45 books, don't take it down to 12 because I just said it. I hope, I don't even know why I said that. I really don't think anybody would take that sentence that seriously. But kind of what I'm saying here is like, it's for you, for you, what to do with you. But like if you have like, I kind of like what she was saying, though, like decluttering, because it kind of declutters your mind is the main point of this. For me, at least, is decluttering the mind. Because to me, it is a direct reflection. It's exactly correct. If you have everything tidy and in order and everything that is around you brings you happiness and is, I guess, efficient and used properly, the better it'll be, right? If you have like a bunch of business cards that you got from people and you're like, oh, I got to go through all these and fucking, I don't know. I really don't know, but I think I'm kind of just talking now, trying to maybe figure out a way of verbalizing. I'm looking for the vocabulary of how to explain what I'm trying to get at here. But like, let's say just you decluttering your mind of worrying about certain things. Just that's so many things for life, though. For real, if you declutter your mind, stop worrying and just start doing and working towards a North Star and looking at the overall picture instead of what's currently at hand, right? So I'm gonna keep going back to the business card idea. If you keep all these business cards from people, chuck them and just not worry about it, but just have the North Star be like, I just want to meet good people. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'll reach out to people. Like you could reach out to people. You could start doing the active things yourself. But if you just want to, instead of focusing on the stack of business cards, throw them out and just worry about the bigger picture. Like let's say you're worried about, I'm trying to think of a really good analogy here. Like usually the bigger picture will bring in the smaller things is what I'm seeing, right? So like I wanted to change up my friend group, but I wanted to start collabing with people. Like I just want to switch all of that up. And that kind of happens naturally. Like if you get rid of people and your energy is good to where you want to surround yourself with people that you're looking for. And if you're like, I just feel like doing things with the intent of it being good, right? Like with you not lying about the intent, right? Like, I don't know why I keep going back to the business cards because like I actually have gotten quite a bit of business cards from people recently. I actually didn't even know people carried around business cards like that anymore. I'm not going to do that. Probably should. I'm not going to do that shit. My business card's online. Just type my fucking name in. What's up? But I think like the intent should be good, right? Having, like doing something, let's see, what can I say here? Like doing something for money. Like if somebody was to come up to me and offer me money to advertise something I didn't believe in, I think that would hurt me, even if I took the short-term monetary gain, right? I think in the long term, if I was to deny, which I always would if it's not a company that I believe in or want to use, if it's a company, if I just wait, like I would rather wait and work with a good company than take the money up front type shit. And I think that money would come. Like if you let things go now because you're, like I said before, what are you doing? You are delaying gratification. Kind of. I think it's just you moving the worry and not worrying about it and actively working, just working towards having your mind be clear of actively working towards a goal, because throwing things out you don't like helps you find things you do like. So it's decluttering your mind, I guess. And so going back to the business, if you're throwing away the business cards or throwing away the books and all this stuff, you're more likely to find people that you wanted to work with anyway, because the energy is changing, your happiness is changing, your whole life will change. And I believe that totally. I think change is super, super important. And I think even I think if somebody was to dismiss this idea right away, that would be a huge tell of them. And I'm not saying just because they don't want to listen to me or listen to a book, but if you're just about to go like, no, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, probably something wrong. Like you should definitely try it. You should definitely apply it and see the fucking, the return you get, right? That, I mean, it sounds funny to say out loud that somebody would dismiss something like that, but that happens quite often. I think people are extremely dismissive and aren't very open or agreeable, right? Are those whatever? Like, sometimes I try and be more agreeable. It's always good to be like a little bit of an opposite of what you usually are. I'm pretty disagreeable, I would say, the overwhelming majority of the time, and a lot of the times, I think me doing the opposite of it usually kind of opens up things for me to like try out and see if I like it, you know? I don't even know why I just said that, because I kind of now forgot. Oh, the dismissiveness. Dismissing something like let's say I tell you, this is a really good analogy. I mean, not really good for most people, but like this is what Gary says all the time. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because it always confuses me as to why people don't do things that successful people or people they want to be like tell them they should try and do, right? For instance, people always ask me like how to find their passion and stuff, or how to find what to do, and I'm like, just try things. Anything you want to do, try it and then quit if you don't like it. If it doesn't work out, if you just hate it, just try it, quit. Try it, quit. You want to be a bartender, try it. You don't like it, quit. You want to be a fucking Uber driver, try it. You don't like it, quit. Like do these things. You want to start doing art. You want to go to fashion school. You don't like it, quit. I fucking took fashion classes. Like, this shit sucks. I like clothes, but I don't want to do this. Took the loss on the money and quit, because you're learning. I would pay $2,000 just to find out shit I don't like, because it's getting closer to things you do like. And then you're going to find your niche, right? And this niche could change. Me wanting to do the comedy, I don't think that's ever going to change, because it's just so natural and I'm good at it and I do like doing it. But the things I do with it could always change and just build and stuff, or it could change with time. Doubt it though. But when I tell people to do that, to start things and quit and keep it moving, right? Don't worry about the loss. I think a lot of people just get scared about. People get scared about people calling them quitters. Because even my friend called me a quitter once, asking he's like, what do you think of people thinking you're a quitter? Because I would always quit so much. I'd quit all the things I don't want to do just because I know, what's the point? Like, I always have an analogy for college. So let's say you're going to a store that's 4 miles away, okay? You drive, let's say you're going to Chick-fil-A on Sunday, okay? It's 4 miles away. You drive 2 miles and you're like, oh, fuck. It's closed. Are you still going to go to that store? You're still going to go to Chick-fil-A just because you already drove 2 miles? You already put in the time and money. You might as well finish it up, right? No, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Yeah, exactly. You turn your ass around and cut your losses. Same thing with everything in life, right? With school, a lot of people hit me, oh, Mark, you went 2 years out of the 4 years. You should have just finished it since you started it and you put in the time and money. No, I'm going to cut my fucking losses. I would have just graduated. And I wouldn't even have started any of this shit. I would have had an extra $50,000 worth of debt. I would have had all this extra, like, think about it. Like, really think about, like, time is way fucking more important than money, first of all. And the time you've spent, cut your loss. And now save the rest of the time. Because time is super important. You can't get that shit back. If you hate doing something, I cannot do things I don't like. At all. Especially nowadays. That doesn't fucking happen. This got pretty off track. About the book, but it's more of just like, it's not really, I would say it's about the book obviously, but it's more of like the books that bring out an idea that you want to learn, because I'm sure there's another fucking book like this, positive of it, but I kind of just want people this to give people ideas, and I kind of like where my mind goes after having a book that I like where this went. I like this. It's different. I think the way I'm talking and looking at things is different than the last episode. I was also super high in the last episode, and it wasn't coming off of me just reading, and it wasn't just like just getting done reading and having the ideas fresh in the mind spinning, right? But I think I'll probably do more shit like this often. I definitely don't read like I used to on purpose, because I think there is diminishing returns. There's diminishing returns on reading. There's diminishing returns on everything, but there's a lot of diminishing returns on reading and not applying. If you just read, and you're like, I'll be ready one day. Like, I'm super good at knowing when I'm ready to do something. Like, I can learn enough and be like, okay, I think it's time for me to start, because you can learn so much until you start, and they're gonna get punched in the face, and that doesn't fucking matter what you just learned. Like, you can't read about doing push-ups. You got to do them. You got to do that shit. You got to stop reading about it, and you have to do it. You have to, if you want to read about tidying, you can read 400 books about tidying. But if you don't tidy, what the fuck? You could have all of the nutritional information you want. But if you don't apply the nutritional facts you know and the facts you know about the gym, you're going to be a fat fuck. Read some shit, learn some shit, and apply that shit. Apply it as fast as possible. Read the book, like today, like read a little bit of the book and be like, I'm going to start tidying, man. I'm into it. I'm gonna try that shit out. This book, if you are not, it's an easy fucking book to read. Super easy. It's like 205 pages. Quick. You know, there are a couple pages I skipped of like how to tidy with family members and shit. Like I live alone. Like I don't give a fuck. Even if I did live with my family, wouldn't fucking care at all. Whatever. But yeah, I think this is kind of a good place to end it, I think. Let me know what you guys think about this, what you guys thought about this episode, or any of the episodes. I'm just kind of excited to see where everything goes. I'm kind of just trying to try out new things and see what sticks. Whenever I have an idea, I'm just going to do it and see how I like it. See how it goes. Throw some shit at the wall and see what sticks. I'm excited for this channel. We hit 8,000 subs on this one. I'm trying to get this one to 10,000. We're about to be monetized on this bitch. Very excited. Just started 2 more channels. I think I might have talked about those in a prior. But yeah, I did. I definitely did about like the intern. And the that might come out or might not. I want to see how like boring it is. But like getting an intern or getting it. What was the other part of that? I don't remember. It's pretty high. And like new series and stuff like that. And having like different channels, like highlight channels and shit like that. So I'm really trying to take all this to the next level. I'm also going to California in August from 15th to the 19th. Hit me up if you want to collab. Let's do some shit. Just trying to really get, I haven't even started yet for real. Like 2 years into YouTube already, but like none of this is even started yet. This is the beginning. This is just kind of, I feel like I'm just, well, now that I moved out, right, you can be yourself and start to learn who you really are and surround yourself by the people you want to be around. And that's where I think the change of becoming your own person is finally going to happen, especially because I'm in a super good, happy place right now. I feel like there's nothing wrong at all. Like I'm super good. I'm super excited about everything, which I guess is awesome to say truthfully, right? Like I have nothing right now that I'm worried about. I'm just excited to, put this kind of stuff out into the world and to meet people who are likewise, who are like it. Because that's the people you need, right? That's the people I want to surround myself with. That's the people you want to like take over the world with, right? I think good things to come, guys. I think this is definitely, this channel and the Wineboxpapi channel are definitely good places to be. Definitely. Let's get 70 million. How many does fucking PewDiePie have? Almost 100 million subs? I don't even know. I know nothing about that. Just T-Series beat him, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening on any platform, anywhere except for SoundCloud. I'm not paying that shit. If you want to support me or my beautiful dog who's right there, he actually kind of looks dead. So if you want to support me, I have everything down below. We have just down below. We have ringtones, merch. We got new merch coming out soon. We have vlogs, Patreon. I get back into stand-up. I kind of want to talk about that because that's also something else I have to really get back into the groove of, because to me at least, that takes a lot of brain power and your mind can't be elsewhere. So after I tidy this up and kind of just get back into like what I need to do, then I don't think anybody thinks this though, but I hate when I say like I'm going to be doing stand-up again, but it takes a while to do that because I actually care about it though. God, this kind of sounds like demeaning though, but I care about it so much that I don't want to start if my mind, I obviously do comedy on YouTube and stuff, so I'm not like at a 9 to 5 just wasting away. Like I'm still getting seasoned and shit with my improv and my wittiness type shit, but I do want to get back. I am, but I don't want to do it while I have other things on my mind. I don't want it to be clouded. I don't want it to be diluted at all. I want to give it my attention. I want to like respect the craft. Because like if you go into some open mics, you'll see some of those fuckers just wrote down some jokes last weekend and they're like, these are gonna hit. They don't hit. And then they get mad at the crowd, which is hilarious. Getting mad at a crowd of comics when you're at an open mic. I've heard people be like, this audience. It's like, we're all comics, dude. What do you mean, this audience? You suck. We know what's going on here, man. We just knew the whole thing when you started, fuckface. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. I love every single one of you individually. Mwah.